Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel.
If the world was ending, would you cry or would you try to get me? Tell me now, I want you to be glad.
Okay, y'all, so if y'all don't know who I am, I'm Destiny Lee, and if you do know, hey! In today's video, as you can see by the title, we are attempting to do a full face of makeup while I'm answering some of you guys' questions that you guys had asked me on Instagram. So if you guys do not follow me, I'm gonna put it in the description, maybe on the screen. Anyways, okay, so let's get straight into the point. I feel like I want to start, this is girl chat. This is really like girl chat for real, okay? So it's going to be more self-care, self-development, beauty and confidence type questions, okay? All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I am freshly out of the shower, so I am going to prep my face with what I usually prep my face with, which is Ordinary. I am out of the rest of my stuff. I need to go and re-up on it. Usually if I'm out of those, I'll just do Ordinary for my toner, and then I will moisturize with Vaseline. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and it's still the same. While I do that, we're gonna ask the first question, and the first question is, what is one habit that changed your life? I would say the first, I'm gonna also like put my hair back like this. I would say the first habit that really changed my life is, as you know, giving myself to God. Honestly, that has really changed my life because I stopped living how I want to live and I started living how Jesus wants us to live, because Jesus is the top example of how we need to be living, and it stopped me from living a lazy and a unpurposeful, inconsistent life. And so now I chase self-development every day to become a better person. So that is like the number one thing. I do all down my neck, y'all. That is the number one thing that has changed my life. And since we're talking about that, self-development, self-improvement, I can ask another question. How do you stay disciplined when you don't feel motivated? Honestly, I feel like this video is really good for me right now because I am dealing with a bit of inconsistency with discipline. I'm not gonna lie, now I still am consistent with discipline, but do I feel motivated every day? No. So how do I stay motivated about being disciplined? Honestly, I don't think that motivation is something that you can rely on, because motivation, you will not have motivation every day. Honestly, what I did to stay disciplined is stick to a schedule. For example, when you're at work, you stay consistent because that person is already making the schedule for you. Okay, so the first step that we're gonna start with our makeup is actually brows. So this is truly what I do, y'all. For my brows, I'm just gonna slick them up. Now, my go-to thing that I use for my brows is this brand, NYX brand. I have this one and I have this one. Right now I am squeezing from this one, like I'm like so out of this one. But I use this one only for like special occasions, because this does make my eyebrows like brown, like dark. And so I just use this for like clear, But then if I don't have that, and these are just, I'm sorry y'all, I'm all over the place, but these are just backups if I don't have this one is like the top notch. I love this eyebrow thing. Let me see if I can like squeeze some out of it, because it is honestly so good. It makes my eyebrows stay up and stay looking staying laminated all day. So I'm gonna see if I can squeeze some out of here. Yeah, so I set a schedule. Usually what I do is I would just do a planner, get a planner. And honestly, that's another thing that changed my life heavy, is getting a planner. When I got a planner, literally my month, my week is planned out to where like I have no choice but to show up with the plans that I set for myself and the goals that I set for myself. And honestly, my life is so goal oriented now because I plan. Get you a planner, girl, and then you would, like, if it's on the schedule already, make yourself a schedule. And if it's on the schedule already, you have no choice but to show up. Treat it like an actual job. At the end of the day, your job is not important than you. Your job is not, I don't care about the bills, I don't care about none of that. Your job is not as important as your health and your goals and stuff like that, because then people put their job way more important than their actual personal life, and that's why they end up staying there until they're 40 and 50 years old. So don't put your job first before your personal goals. Don't do that. Okay, so now I did my eyebrows and it's not much to it. I am in desperate need to shaping them, but I'm waiting for that until like my self-care day, which I'm going to record that soon enough. I think I'm going to record that next week. It's just going to be a whole self-care day, so I'm going to do my lashes again, my nails again, my toes, really just like glam back up because I like to stay put together. But anyway, so my next step is priming. I either use this if I want a glowy skin. I use this one if I want to be a little bit more matte. So as you can see, e.l.f. is like something that I really like. So e.l.f. is a really good product. So we're gonna do, it's not really hot outside. Do I want to be glowy? I do want to be matte looking. I think I want to be matte looking just because in the heat, I don't like feeling sweaty already. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on each cheek, and then we can ask the next question. My answer to the last question is planning to keep myself disciplined, because at the end of the day, what's on my calendar is way bigger than what my feelings are like right now. So I'm also going to put some on my eyelid just because I do want to outline my lower brow instead of my higher brow. I don't do my higher brow anymore, only on special occasions when I really want to look snatched. But if I want to look natural, I'm just going to keep it on my lower brow. I don't want to put it in too much because I want it to stick to something. So now my next, after I primed, my next step is to do concealer. And it is by Neutrogena, but I've been having this for a very long time. I don't see a need in changing it just because it does do wonders for me, and it is my shade. I'm gonna see if I can find something by e.l.f. because e.l.f. is actually a really good brand. But anyway, let's go to the next one. When did you start feeling confident in yourself? I started feeling confident in myself again once I gave my life to God. I don't know, that Jesus glow really does work for real. Like when you really truly start living for Jesus and nobody but him, first of all, because he is the #1 man that will never let you down, never let you down. And I'm not gonna lie, when I started depending on men's love and their actions and me seeing things that they do and how they treat me, it's like that gave me nothing but pain and suffering. And I was big, I wasn't taking care of myself for real, chasing validation for no reason. Now when I let everybody go, which I'm so glad that I did that, and now I'm gonna outline my lower brows. Once I let go trying to chase validation from men and friend groups, unhealthy friend groups, I really distanced myself for a little bit because I know I had to get my life together. Then I started losing weight naturally. Hey, do I want a smoothie? Yes, you can give me the Swerve mix. Period. Yesterday, me and Jaden went to the best smoothie place ever. I can't wait until we get on YouTube and tell y'all how we met and how we got together, because every time I tell this story to people, they literally say that we have to like tell it one day to a lot of people. So I can't wait until we do that. Yeah, we literally met with the smoothie place. It's gonna be me and him. So if y'all want that video, put it down in the comments. When I started living for God, honestly, I started losing weight. I started focusing more on my goals and things that I needed to do. I started focusing on how to get a bank account, how to save money the correct way, just self-development in every area possible. And I thank God for him doing that. Like, he genuinely changed my life for real. And so it's now God, Jesus, living with God. He literally set my life to a higher standard, to where like I don't want to ever put anybody else before God a day in my life. Y'all, so now the next step, don't mind my beauty blender. Nobody's talking about your beauty blender. Now we're just going to blend everything in. Don't ever want to put nobody else before God again, which you should never do anyways, because you'll be idolizing him. And don't ever put anybody before God, and don't ever lose yourself. And the best thing that I focused on, honestly, is the relationship that I have with God now and self-development. I literally love that. And I don't want to ever lose sight of, I don't want to ever lose myself again, basically. So I'm glad that God changed me when he did. And I think it was super, super, super genuine and natural. And it's embedded in my system now to where like, it's not for fake, it's not for fraud, it's not for show or none of that. I genuinely take my relationship with God and you know, myself serious. So that's how I got confident. That was a question, right? Really changed my life with God and all that. Then I just started to grow from there. So as I can see, I'm just blending it in. It still looks glowy. I think it's because of the Vaseline. It's going to be glowy, but it's going to be a matte touch. So it's going to look glowy, but it's going to have a matte touch. Like right now, it's literally like nothing on my finger. Like it's a matte touch. So I like it. It looks glowy, but it's not like greasy on my skin or nothing. So that's good. So yeah, that's how I started feeling confident. The next one we can do, what is your favorite self-care routine? My favorite self-care routine, my next, I'm trying to figure out if I should like blend my eyebrows out a little bit more. I think I should. Like it doesn't show on the camera, but like under my eyebrows, you can see the line a little bit and I don't like that. Maybe I can like blend it out like this. My favorite self-care routine is honestly making sure my nails are done, making sure my hair is freshly done, freshly retwisted, my lashes are done, I smell good, there's no hair on my body, and my environment is clean. Really taking care of my mental, my physical, my spiritual. That's my self-care. That's like the best self-care routine I've ever had ever. So okay y'all, that's better. Now I'm gonna blend whatever I just did under my eyelids. I'm gonna blend that in and then we can answer the next question. What is the biggest lesson God had taught you recently? To depend on him. To depend on him and to not lose focus. That's something that I'm dealing with right now, to depend on him even when it feels like everybody else is receiving blessings and not you. You know, things are just moving in people's lives and yours just seem a little standstill. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself, but I need to be talking to you guys. I'm sorry. My next step is to, y'all listen, I don't really wear makeup like that, so if I don't know the proper terms and the proper steps, then that's the reason why, because I don't really do makeup like that. As you can see, this is not no full beat at all. I'm not doing no lash. I don't have no lashes. I don't have no eyeliner. I don't have no lip combo or nothing. Like literally this just looks like I'm just enhancing my features, and that's how I like to look. I don't like to look like a cakey face. I don't like that. So anyways, that's the next step, and honestly I think that that's gonna be it. I'm gonna touch up my edges for sure. Yeah, to just depend on him and to not compare my relationship with God with anybody else's. You know, everybody else has their own timing, and to genuinely wait on him and his direction. That's something that he had taught me. Something that he had also taught me somewhere around last year is to don't go off of your own understanding. Don't react off of impulse. Don't make your own decisions. Genuinely ask him and wait for the answer. 9 times out of 10, God will be showing you, you know, something that you probably shouldn't be doing. You get what I mean? Like, I'm gonna also, even though I didn't put anything on the top of my head, I don't want my forehead to be greasy at all because it is hot. It is summertime now, so I want to make sure that my pores are not like open and all that. So I put that on the top of my forehead. Stay the course, stay focused on you and God's relationship, and don't get sidetracked just because you see everybody else moving in other people's lives. It don't matter. It don't matter. God knows what's best for you. God knows what's best for them. And y'all are 2 different people. So just stay the course and stay loyal to God, okay? Since I'm already almost done, I do need to do my edges. So I'm going to do that and then I'll get off, okay? My next one would be... that one's a really good one. What is something that I'm still working on? That's actually really good. I'm working on my patience. My patience is not the best. What I'm using to slick my edges down is the Lock and Twist, and I'm just going to use my edge brush that I've been using for many years. As you can see, everybody call it brick, but it doesn't matter, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're going to see how slick and good they make my edges. But anyway, something that I'm still working on is patience. If anyone doesn't know, I am married now, so it's not just me that I have to be patient with. It's also my husband I have to be patient with, and my emotions towards him, and you know, other people that I'm around. And we have to be loving, kind-hearted people towards everyone. Patience, you know, it's just not for it to be worked on with you. You know, you have to work on your patience with a whole lot of people because you're surrounded around a whole lot of people. So that's something that I'm working on. I usually love to just be by myself. I love to be by myself, and so I'm good not answering to nobody, being by myself, watching TV by myself, doing literally I was just like so solo, and I missed the solo thing. But God does see me being married, and I'm so grateful for that, because that's such a blessing for the both of us. So, and I truly love my husband, and so that's something that I can say with my whole heart in my chest, that I do need to work on my patience, because sometimes I can act out of anger or frustration. I can shut him down, not listening to him, or just answering to rebuttal and not answering to understand. So you see how it's working? Yeah, stop talking to me. That's something that I'm working on right now, and I just love the fact that God had gave me a heart of accountability. I am so quick to take accountability. I love taking accountability because I feel like I'm being honest with myself, and I feel like I'm being honest with God, because God does like someone that is taking accountability for their actions. And I want to forever be that person that has humility in their heart, and that wants to change, that sees the need to change. So that's like the biggest thing I need to work on right now, is patience. I'm done, y'all. This is my full face of makeup. I don't have mascara on for you guys, and it's just e.l.f. again. Y'all, e.l.f. is actually a really good brand, honestly. It's not expensive either. It's like really affordable. And when I tell you this stays on for a long period of time and is glossy, it doesn't feel thick either. It feels very moisturizing. So y'all, that's today's video, y'all. This is genuinely my full face of makeup, is to just enhance what I already have. That's the end of today's video. I love you guys so much. If you haven't liked, comment, or subscribed already, please do so, and stay tuned for the next videos, because I know I have a self-care video coming up. I have a video sitting down with my husband telling you guys how we met, and there was another idea that I had, but you guys just stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.